I'm Rob Gerstner, international archery hunter, conservationist, and adventurer. Hunting runs deep into the roots of Spanish culture, and nothing epitomizes this more than the Iberian Ibex. Led by guide Giuseppe Carrizosa, I'm headed to the Ronda Mountains of southern Spain in pursuit of a mature Ronda Ibex. And along the way, explore every opportunity to experience Spanish culture and history. My pursuits take me to the farthest reaches of the earth in search of some of the most challenging high mountain species. And as if the rugged terrain and unpredictable weather weren't enough, I've upped the ante with a free-range, fair chase, archery-only standard. And this is just the beginning. Driven by a passion for wildlife conservation and a fascination with history, these hunts take me on an adventure few could ever imagine. For me, hunting isn't a sport or hobby. It's a calling to something greater, an invitation to climb higher and go farther, to venture beyond the edge of civilization. The sights and sounds of Spain are becoming quite familiar to me. On 2 previous trips, I harvested both the Gredos Ibex and Cantabrian chamois. Even so, I've yet to spend much time exploring Madrid. The capital city has been inhabited in some form since prehistoric times, hosting Celts, Goths, Moors, Christians, Muslims, and Jews. With a population of over 3.3 million, Madrid is the second largest city in the European Union. Once again, I have little time to take in the sights. As Giuseppe tells me, the gamekeeper has located a great Ronda billy near a small village in southern Spain. With no time to spare, a 5-hour drive the next morning brings us to the historic village of Almohia. Archaeological evidence show various settlements existed here intermittently since prehistoric times. The root meaning of Almohia translates to the pretty one, aptly named for the beautiful views and fulfilled by the whitewashed buildings that dot the hillside. It's here at an eclectic tapas bar where we meet the local gamekeeper, Alfonso. Unlike conservation agents in the States who enforce hunting and fishing regulations, gamekeepers are tasked with the care and management of wildlife and their habitat. By taking an active role guiding every hunt, Alfonso helps to ensure a selective harvest that maximizes both the health and sustainability of the ibex herds in this region. That's the Gredos.
Macho.
Turkey, Bezwar.
That's a very nice one.
Yeah, well, he was world record. He was world, same as Gredos. And then he got beat like by 1 inch. Bar El Coco is a popular local hangout and tourist destination alike. Much like deer and ducks in rural America, the wild boar and roe deer that adorn the walls attest to the importance of hunting as a way of life. Our indulgence in hunting stories and tapas soon turned to making plans for the afternoon's hunt. We're going to an area where there's a canyon. We're going to try and locate them. And you guys stay back and communicate.
Letting you know what to do with the radio, and then you do the final stock. And
how far back will you guys be, roughly, if you were to guess?
Across the canyon. The main problem is that animals that are between you and the one who want to shoot, that you don't get to see because they are in the same slope where you are.
Okay.
And we see it from across the canyon.
Yeah. The ground cover is short, but thick, making it nearly impossible to see further than 20 yards ahead. The hope is, with Giuseppe guiding us from the opposite side of the canyon, I can get in close enough for a shot without spooking the ibex out of the valley, effectively putting an end to this hunt. known in Spain as El Macho Montes, or Man of the Mountain. The Iberian Ibex is believed to be the wild ancestor of the domesticated goat. While not officially recognized as subspecies, there are 3 unique classifications of the Iberian Ibex based on geographical region and horn features: the southeastern, Bethete, and Ronda. Near the head of this narrow canyon, Alfonso has located what he describes as Grande Macho, an old, mature Ronda billy.
Are we going to come up over top of them? Is that the idea?
No. You're going to go here, go see, it's like a path there.
Yeah.
Sneak up that path,
yeah.
Go over.
Go over the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see what there. Yeah. They must show up somewhere.
So you'll have eyes from here, the other guy's eyes from there.
Yeah,
we'll be communicating.
We should be able at least to find them, and then once we find them.
No, it's a good plan, having extra eyes. I like it. I like it.
No, that's the only plan that works in this kind of areas.
Yeah. They're like, we want to go. I want to follow you. I want to go get the Ibex.
These curious goats illustrate a real struggle in the management of wildlife across Europe. Unconstrained by fences, shepherds work endlessly to keep their herds moving to good grazing areas. Overlap with wild goat territory has the potential to spread disease, in some cases devastating wild populations. Through close monitoring and careful hunting practices, wildlife officials and gamekeepers here in Spain have done well to maintain the health and integrity of the wild ibex population.
There's some females right there.
A major source of funding to ensure the continued synergy between livestock and wildlife comes from fees paid by hunters. Besides directly supporting the conservation of wildlife, these funds place an inherent value on both the game animal and habitat, giving local farmers and landowners the economic incentive to preserve the environment and follow hunting regulations. Giuseppe radios to let us know we're getting close. But from our perspective, the thick brush hides any view of ibex we might have. Glassing the area carefully, we ease ahead, knowing we could blow this stalk at any moment. Nearing the end of the canyon with no ibex in sight, I'm thinking this hunt is nearly over. Giuseppe has lost sight of the billy, and the ground cover is simply too thick for us to see anything. Across the canyon, Alfonso spots the billy we've been looking for.
Drilled him. That was a cool shot. Perfecto.
Perfecto.
So.
Increíble. Incredible.
Oh man, this is perfect. The red arrow, that's what you want. That thing went right through him at 70 yards and laid right down here. Wow. Look at that shot, brother. He came out on the other shoulder. You can't make that up. Like, to me, this is the best equation. Not just because we got everything in order in terms of being calm, But that kind of shot, for any hunter,
It gets no better than that.
I knew when I hit him, this is good.
Scientifically, the Ronda, Southeastern, and Montes Ibex are not recognized as subspecies. To increase interest and aid in record keeping, various hunter conservation organizations distinguish the three based on clear geographical and physical differences. Smallest of the three, this is particularly important for both trophy and biological research of the Ronda Ibex. A trophy of this quality is direct proof of how hunting can play a pivotal role in successful wildlife management practices.
This is the third year that we hunt this area, okay? They only get 2 permits per year. You've seen the population is pretty good.
Yeah.
They're in very good health here, no mange, no nothing. And the villagers, we pay them good money for the trophies, so everybody, this is one of the few places in southern Spain where every villager respects the Ibex.
And these guys have such a good handle on the management of these animals, right? You can tell.
And that's why they have good quality trophies here, because they're very selective at the time of choosing the one to shoot.
What's amazing is I got on the plane 18 hours ago. That's efficient hunting, my friend.
Exactly.
Thank you again.
Thank you to you, and congratulations for the great shot.
Back at Bar El Coco, our success quickly begins to draw a crowd as news spreads to the regulars.
Perfecto, ¿eh?
Perfecto. Grande, Macho.
Uy, grande, grande.
Let's get a beer.
Yeah.
A round of drinks quickly turns into an invitation from the owner to skin the Ibex on the front patio.
Have you ever seen Havilon? So these are, you've seen, right?
Blades.
Yeah, so these are replaceable blades?
Yes.
This kit comes together with the big blades and the smaller blade, and I want to have him use it to see what he thinks. Now this is a razor blade. This is the same blade they use in the hospital. There's something special about a village that skins big game animals at the local bar. This is a first. This is what I love about this place. These guys are so into this. It's awesome. They like to call it Wednesday here in Spain. Yep. What are you doing tonight? Oh, just getting an Ibex in the bar. And everybody's walking by and driving by.
A successful harvest on day one of the hunt leaves me with plenty of time for sightseeing before my flight back home.
Giuseppe, can you explain what this is?
Yeah, well, right now we are in a park called El Torcal.
El Torcal.
El Torcal is all this mountain. It's about a little over 4,000 hectares. That's about 10,000 acres. The most important thing in the park is the particular rock formation.
150 million years ago, this entire area was flat and covered by an ancient sea. Some 50 million years ago, geological forces drained the water and thrust the seabed up over 4,000 feet in elevation. Over time, erosion wore away at the limestone rock, resulting in the dramatic formation seen today. Human occupation of the area dates back as far as 5,500 BC, with evidence of Neanderthal activities in many of the caves. Due to altitude and lush vegetation, El Torcal became a popular summer grazing destination for sheep and goat herders.
And they're trying to remodel all the old constructions that were used in the old days by shepherds. Like this one here, for example, that's a shepherd's hut.
Yeah.
And that little corral you see next to the shepherds is where they kept the sheep at night.
Now a protected nature reserve, physical remains of historical land use are being preserved for both tourist enjoyment and archaeological study. Nestled into the hillside, an hour's drive away, is a quaint family-owned olive orchard. Run by fourth-generation master miller Juan Cabello Bravo, Molino del Hortolano specializes in cultivating organic olives and internationally awarded olive oils. Olive trees are native to the Mediterranean regions of Europe and Africa. with evidence of olive oil first made around 6000 BC by hand pressing the berries. Throughout history, the olive tree, fruit, and oil have held symbolic, cultural, and economic importance. Today, olive production provides a mainstay of the economy throughout southern Spain, and operations like Molino del Hortelano are vital to local olive farmers.
This is the time that the olives are harvested, so this is the busy time for them.
Yeah. What's the difference between olives you can eat and olives that are oil?
It's for it.
That's
normally
for it.
it's for it. But it's possible for oil.
Oh, okay.
This variety is called manzanilla. And manzanilla, they use a lot to eat. It's very common to use this variety to eat, but it's also used to press and make olive oil.
Okay, I see.
In English, the translation would be little apple, because it has an apple shape, but in like a miniature.
Yeah.
Here, apple is manzana, manzanilla would be little apple.
From a commercial standpoint, is it more valuable to sell the oil or to sell the olive? Which one?
It depends on the situation of each one.
Okay.
How the market is at that time, how much is your production, the quality of the oil, of the olives. All they do is oil.
All they do is oil.
They don't process them to eat.
And no eat, right?
No.
Can I try?
Yeah, you can try.
Oh.
And you spit it.
Oh, wow. That is nasty. Wow, that is nasty.
Built on the foundations of a 300-year-old winery, Juan has worked for the past 5 years to restore much of the original mill.
Oh my gosh.
No floor, no roof. Nothing.
You restored it all.
A thriving vineyard once grew where olive trees now stand. Near the end of the 19th century, an insect invasion destroyed the entire vineyard beyond repair, at which time the facility was converted to process olives.
The olives come out there, yeah?
Van cayendo ahí.
See? And then
Broken.
yeah, broken in oil.
The past is here.
Once ground, the olive paste would be layered between wicker discs where the oil was extracted by tightening a screw-driven press and collected in a specially designed reservoir in the floor that separated the olive oil from water.
Stop the oil.
While the basic process of making olive oil hasn't changed much, modern machinery has certainly increased production efficiency.
Wow, this is cool. Well, it's pretty clear what happens. They dump those bins in here, goes onto the conveyor, and then up there for processing.
Creating great olive oil begins at harvest. As the fruit matures, it turns from green to purple to black. The stage of ripeness has a big impact on the taste and aroma of the resulting oil. Harvested between the green and purple stages, the olives are mechanically separated from leaves and stems, then weighed and transported to the mill where they are ground into paste. The paste then moves into a centrifuge where the oil and solids are separated. In order to be marketed as virgin olive oil, this entire process must be done without the addition of heat or chemicals.
It's unbelievable. If you like olive oil, this is the best. I mean, it's fresh from the mountainside, probably yesterday's press, and it's finished. It really tastes good. It's good, yeah. I like olive oil, so.
Much like wine, olive oil varietals are determined by the specific type of olive, or blend of olives, used to source the oil. 7 varieties are produced here, all from locally grown olives.
Which one do you like? Which one is the number one?
For me,
for you?
Everything is my son.
Yeah, you like them all.
It's possible Ojilanca or Picudo.
Okay.
Keeping with the simplicity of the oil processing, bottling is done by hand, 1 bottle at a time.
So this
is my
your company, yeah.
Molino
del Hortelano. Very nice. You make a beautiful product, and it tastes good.
Just as I think the tour is winding down, Juan invites me into his home.
This door is beautiful.
Very, very old.
Oh, yeah.
They say that this door is from the 16th century.
Wow.
Like the old mill and wine cellar, Juan has restored this 400-year-old home from the brink of ruin. We're invited to enjoy a tasting of olive oils grown and processed right here on this property.
Yeah, I could enjoy living here, Giuseppe. This is my kind of place.
Thinking this day couldn't get much better, Juan receives delivery of a locally produced wine and asks us to join him for a tasting.
Salud.
Salud, good friend.
Salud.
A good friend.
What a whirlwind of a trip, and to think it's only been 2 days. With a record Ronda Ibex on the ground and an amazing experience at Molino del Hortelano, the camera crew and I sit down for our traditional whiskey and cigar celebration. This is a trip I won't soon forget.